In today's video, we're going to talk about Avengers Kang's Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. So, although Secret Wars is at least 3 to 5 years away, it's trending on Twitter today. Even though the movie hasn't even been wrote yet. Kang's Dynasty hasn't been wrote yet. Neither movie's been wrote, but apparently according to Twitter or X.com, there is so much hype for both movies because you're getting these fake scoopers coming out with theories, entitling them and posting them like it's factual. It's like, so you know what Kevin Feige's plan for Secret Wars is? Yet Kang's Dynasty hasn't even been wrote yet. Sure, there's loose ideas out there, but nobody knows what is coming up. So in today's video, we're going to go over a theory that actually does line up with the alleged information for Deadpool 3, which again, they've only filmed half that movie. So again, it's theories. There's nothing wrong with these scoopers coming out with information, but I just wish they'd say, yo, this is a theory, but they label them for the Twitter X revenue like it's factually a scoop. And let's be honest, unless you're getting very high traffic on Twitter, you're not going to be making that much money at all. So what's the point of posting nonsense for a few bucks here and there? So yo, what is freaking good YouTube? What's you here if you are new around, make sure subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel Kaiju Monsterverse content that I try to cover on a daily basis. You could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know down below. What do you think they're setting up for Kang's Dynasty and Secret Wars? Obviously, Loki Season 2 has Victor Timely, and there's going to be a lot of things set up. And if the post-credits scene for Loki Season 2, as me and my boy GeekyCast on Twitter, on Instagram, also on YouTube, and also WarStew, got the exclusive that apparently the original plan was Deadpool was going to get kidnapped right at the end of Loki Season 2 to set up him being taken by the TVA at the start of Deadpool 3. So if you could check us out on Instagram at WarStew to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful face. And also if you could check us out on Twitter, WarStewG. All right, let's get into this video. So this is speculation territory. So an account called My Time to Moon, basically rebuttaling what other people said because they can't find their own information or come up with their own theories. In Deadpool 3, the hero embark on a quest to find the perfect Wolverine throughout the multiverse after encountering numerous variants played by different actors. He ultimately concludes that Hugh Jackman cannot be recast. Captain Obvious. So what makes me laugh about this is I've been sent multiple things this week of videos, of articles on various platforms of, yo, this is who's going to be the MCU Wolverine. No, nobody knows this at all. This is just literally made up. It's just made up. Like literally every name's been thrown out there about who's going to be the Wolverine. It's going to be nobody because they're not recasting Wolverine until after Secret Wars when they're going to soft reboot everything anyway, which again is a theory. So then another wannabe scuba came out. Can we get some bagels? Yes, Hugh Jackman won't be recasted until after Secret Wars. So it's amazing how you know something about a movie that hasn't even been wrote yet. Feige is making Secret Wars to send off to not only the current MCU, but all the Marvel movies that came before Iron Man. Captain freaking Obvious. If only you guys knew who were behind these accounts, you would not believe a word they say. And they're not credible. But for some reason, a lot of people say they are, but they're not. It's the ultimate soft reboot to make a way for something all new and different. Yeah, just think of Secret Wars as the end of the Snyderverse if you want to do that. So I came across these theories. Let's be honest. That's when YouTube Marvel content was at its best, when it was theory-based and not all these plot leaks nonsense. So I will leave it down below. It's fan theory. It was posted 9 months ago. Kang is creating Battle World, which might be featured in Kang's Dynasty. The conclusion of the multiverse saga will be in Avengers Secret Wars. Kang will be setting it up through Shang-Chi's 10 rings and Miss Kamala Khan bangles. The quantum realm with travel capabilities and energy incursion points. And you could only do it this way because of the absolute point that was created in Avengers Infinity War. It was worth saying that some information came out that allegedly says Deadpool 3 is gonna set up the TVA picking heroes for Battle World New Earth. I don't know if there's any validity to that, but there could be. Thanos' snap in Infinity Wars was the major event in the MCU. Following filmed shows have been showing the effects of this in its wake. Interesting. Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War was the absolute point fabricated by Dr. Stephen Strange. So it basically says this. Thanos underestimated how Dr. Strange used the Time Stone in Infinity War during the time on Titan. The speculation was Strange could have casted a spell on the gem to manipulate their battle on Titan to the following outcome stroke timeline that Strange had seen when using the Time Stone to view all the possible outcomes future in conflicts with Thanos, and that Strange was banking on Thanos to take all the Infinity Stones and just use it without thinking about what Stephen was doing. In turn, Strange's spell could still be in effect. When Thanos used the Time Stone, when it's connected with all the other 5 Infinity Stones and spells, effects would affect all time and space to cement the winning timeline outcome that Strange had seen, in essence ensuring that the Avengers would actually win in that 1-case scenario. And the What If series came out, featured an episode about Strange and how the absolute points in timeline cannot be altered, stroke change, and those events would take place no matter what one does. I wrote a fan theory that mentioned Thanos' snap was a fixed point absolute time in the timeline. Only that it was created by Strange in order to ensure the Avengers would win and expand from there. All the events following Infinity War and Endgame are set in the sacred timeline, as mentioned in Loki's series. Interesting. So I will leave this down below if I remember. With the fixed points and absolute points being there in the timeline, it could have long-lasting effects that may also affected Kang in the future as well, whereby it could be locking him into the timeline, and he might try again to stop Thanos from snapping his fingers. Cementing the timeline, Kang will then realize that Strange has made it all an absolute point that cannot be altered. So all the things happening throughout phase 4 to 6 are what Kang is doing to carry out his own plan within this timeline. So this is not my theory, it's worth saying. I will leave the link down below. Goes on to say, now we know Shang-Chi and Miss Kamala Khan will be important. The Ten Rings were created by Kang in the future, but placed in the distant past. So someone would find them, and Shang-Chi would eventually wield/use them. In the mid-credit scene of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, one mentions that when Shang used the rings that felt it in the Kamar-Taj, Bruce Banner also mentioned that they are much older than how long the Wu Temple had been using them. Wong also zooms in to the rings, scans them, and shows that there is a beacon within them sending out a signal. My speculation here is that it's not sending a signal to where, but to when. The signal is being broadcasted to Kang in the future, and it could be a calling to him in the quantum realm. Now, it's worth saying this was posted 9 months ago, which, as of the time recording this video, would be February of last year. So it was wrote before Ant-Man came out. So did Ant-Man confirm it? Somewhat, but not really. Kind of, we don't know. Another speculation on my part about the beacon is that it only came on once it was wielded, and used the Ten Rings were programmed to broadcast once Shang-Chi ancestors, his mother, accessed the powers, using it through them, the ring, essentially. It gave him the power and the longevity, stroke time related ability, but the beacon lay dormant for such a long time, relinquished the rings over Shang-Chi, and he accessed his mother's powers and let it flow through him. The Ten Rings then became a beacon, and the beacon was activated, beginning to cool Kang. Shang-Chi channeling the magic through Kang's technology, which would mean Shang-Chi is an integral part of Kang's scheme/plan, that this power Kang can draw from instead of the Infinity Stones. Very good theory, and a lot of people seem to still think that Shang-Chi and Kamala Khan are going to be very important. With Kang being a time traveler, it won't be too far-fetched to see him making sure this is going to happen. One, to find the Ten Rings, and for the events to unfold. Kang's influence, if you like, i.e. Shang-Chi being born, eventually wielding the rings, etc. Part of this idea came from, okay, that's kind of irrelevant, just saying it came from a different post. So Kamala Khan, the Bangles, could also be connected to Kang, as they can traverse through space and time. Kang could use them to locate incursion and places and point throughout the timeline or sacred timeline. He will get to add onto his version of Battleworld. I mean, this does make sense, and with the Marvels coming out, and if you've read the Marvel plot leaks, it makes even more sense. So let's break it down. Kang is probably connected to Kamala's Bangles too. It can be traverse time and space after all. An incursion event was mentioned by Clea in Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness mid-credit scene. An incursion points from across the multiverse could be similar to Battleworld. Full disclosure, I haven't seen Miss Marvel series, but I read bits. Okay, cool story, bro. Kang will use the quantum realm energy to cement/stabilize different parts of Battleworld in order for them to coexist together in the MCU 616. We don't really know what actually Kang did in that movie. We kind of did. Bring in all the different parts to form Battleworld in one thing, but to ensure that these places stay and not disappear and return to their respective universes, places in another matter entirely, I guess. So this is purely speculation, which I guess the Marvel community should be about speculation and not about these fake scoopies making up shiz, is part of the stem from the events featured in Ant-Man and the Wasp, particularly Ghost's phasing ability condition. In the last film, Ghost was phasing in and out of reality, and her condition was called molecule defibrillation. And Bill and her solution was to use the quantum realm energy that had been amazed, if you like, in Janet Van Dyne's body to help stabilize her, being Ghost, to stop the phasing. The theory here is Kang will use the idea to help bring in all different places he wants for his battle world and to keep them from phasing out of this reality and returning. He will use the quantum realm energy to ground the MCU Earth 616. This could be why he's in the quantum realm, really, but there are suggestions that it's got something to do with the Fantastic Four. We don't know yet. Yes, I understand the post-credit scene said he was exiled there. We get it, but was he really? We don't know. So he's down there as much as in the quantum realm with the particles that he would need to stabilize the battle world stabilization. I understand a lot of this doesn't make sense unless you understand the context, but I really think there is a reason why he's done everything he's done. And I don't think Ant-Man 3 answered any questions. I think it really gave you more. On a side note, regarding Shang-Chi and the Ten Ring, it's mentioned that he's channeling magic through the rings, which could allow Kang access to harness that type power. But I had originally thought that Shang-Chi could have wielded its similar powers as of that of the Eternals. As in the Eternals film, it's mentioned that the Eternals ran on massive amounts of cosmic power and energy. I was basing this off the colors of the power being very similar to the yellow glowing, and that Kang was after the cosmic power of the Eternals to harness for his plans as the Infinity Stones were destroyed by the time events featured in the Eternals and Shang-Chi. So, interesting, but the only other, I guess, speculation would be, why the freaking hell, and what does he actually want the battle world for? I think it's a pretty good theory, to be honest. But what does Kang gain from this? That's the thing I can't understand. What would Kang actually gain from this? We know because of Quantumania, there is literally hundreds, if not thousands, variants of Kang. But what would Kang actually gain from this? We know the 10 rings and we know the bangles are going to have to be very important to the overall story. And then when you throw Deadpool 3 into the equation, that apparently the TVA know everything that's coming and they're kind of setting up Battleworld to get their heroes ready. But Kang is still going to have a very pinnacle part to play going forward. Because, yeah, we know the court case is going on with Jonathan Majors, but realistically, the evidence doesn't look like he's actually done anything wrong. It looks like it's actually the opposite way around. But let me know, what do you think? What is Kang actually doing, and what does he want? Because in the comics, Kang wasn't that great, and that's why a lot of people are like, yo, where's Doctor Doom? Where's the Beyonder? Is Kang the Beyonder? We don't know. But yeah, so going forward, hopefully, I'm going to post a lot more theory videos. This isn't my theory, but as I said, these Twitter scoopers throw theories out like they're factual information for Twitter X revenue, which, unless you're getting hundreds of millions of impressions on Twitter, you're literally going to be making pocket money. So I think that's potentially how Kang could create Battleworld, or how the 10 rings and how Miss Marvel's Kamala Khan's, because she can use it to time travel essentially in a roundabout way. Yeah, I get it. This video is going to seem a bit random, but although this theory is dating back 9 months, I think there is a lot of validity and there's a lot of cool questions, but we don't know if Kang became the Beyonder at the end of Ant-Man 3. So, and we know if they're going to do Secret Wars properly, then we're going to have some variation of Doctor Doom, some variation of the Beyonder. Yeah, we know potentially they may have cast a Doctor Doom. After all, Doctor Doom was actually supposed to be in the ending scene for Wakanda Forever, but it was cut because apparently that would disrespect the whole movie, but it wouldn't have disrespected anything, to be honest. So like always, guys, let me know. I know it's not a plot leak video. I know it's not a trailer breakdown, but, you know, the golden age of Marvel YouTube was theory. So I think this is a pretty solid theory. Now, if you want me to cover your theory, drop your theory down below of what the freaking hell Kang's doing, and how will Kang Dynasty play into Secret Wars if you want to use all the fake rumors, the fake leaks from these scoopers as evidence and stuff, cool. Put it down below, and I will go over the best one in the next video. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at WarsStudio to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful face. Check us out on Twitter, WarsStudio, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.